It all works.
Fucking bam.
Lovely.
We are recording, but I can start whenever, so penis.
Don't tell the people that.
Get it out now. Gobbledygook.
It's just bits. That's this show. And I think we decided last time that I actually had a mic in front of me that that's the only intro we get.
Mm-mm. We gotta do Kellen's Crazy Media Obsession.
My Crazy Media Obsession.
Kellen's Crazy Corner. And you know how that's spelled?
No, because there's three now. I've done Kellen's Corner with 2 Ks. Once you add a third.
It was an issue before, and it's even more of an issue now.
Now, before we get to my media, we can do Kellen's Crazy Memories of High School, because
God.
when I was in a super high math class in high school, and obviously socially awkward, because I was in a super high math class, but the seniors adopted my freshman ass and drew something called Kellen's Corner in the corner that I sat, and then I had a heart condition and I had to get an ultrasound, and the funniest moment of probably all of high school was they're like, where were you yesterday? And I go, I had to get an ultrasound, and they go, who did it to you?
Who for sure raped you? I saw you hang
God.
Oh.
For a while, I had to take a thing whenever I went to the dentist. Otherwise, my heart would die.
Wait, when you would go to the dentist?
3 flaps in the valves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mine had 2 for a while. So there's certain things they give you at the dentist that will maybe kill you if you have that. I don't have to now. So I don't know. It's a weird
But the
part of my
dentist.
past that I often forget and then remember. So.
Also, we have a third person on the podcast today.
Joey's here. Joey's here.
Joey.
Hello. Hi.
Do us a favor and spell your actual fucking name for all the people, or just Twitter handles. Fine.
Oh, like for socials. Oh, okay. I thought you just meant
No.
spell your whole government name.
No, because I know your name is insane.
What's your social?
So I want to say Twitter is at Big Koozie 96. So capital BIG, capital KUZI, I think
69.
_ 96. I don't know. It'll be in the description.
We'll put it. Yeah, we'll
I think
figure
there's an underscore. 'Cause
Actually,
I just had to
got-
find him on Twitter the other day. I was like, we got it. Twitter's the big one that I've liked advertising for the show on because none of my family, except for my mom, follows me on Twitter. So my mom, every time she goes through my Twitter, she'll be like, I saw something you posted yesterday. It was pretty fucked up. And I'm like, yeah, don't follow me on
don't do
Twitter. And she's like, I like checking in on you. I'm like, well, you're going to see some fucked up shit.
My whole family follows me on Twitter,
Uh-huh.
and they're very mad about my opinions about voting. Which is that you should do it, but be mad about it.
Which is a great opinion.
Yeah, luckily, I think both my younger brothers follow me on Twitter, but they're not active on Twitter at all.
Good.
So,
So
good stuff.
When you have to retweet this legally by the retainer that we put in front of you.
You signed the thing, right?
Yeah.
We got the blood sample?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna be okay. Don't you worry.
It's
By the
cool.
way, we're taking about tumors while we're in there. Don't worry if you don't have any tumor. If you sat on the chairs in the lobby, we took care of that.
Oh, good to know. Good to know.
But that's a reference to something I'm certain.
It's Portal, yes. Well, we had to do, I don't know, did you post the Portal playthrough yet?
No, but we did a Portal playthrough. But it was like 3.5 hours of me just intensely trying to solve a Rubik's cube. So I wasn't talking at all, and then I finished the fucking thing.
And then it was me and Tyler Sanjan and you fucking moron, because we've played Twitter 60 times between us.
You played what?
Portal.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What?
You said Twitter the first time.
You did.
We can play it back. Did we? Oh god, he's wrong. You call him out once, it's game over.
A lot of
for
people.
Dylan.
Carolyn is in here too. No, but we had to do it, because do you know the, burn your house down with the lemons joke? Like the Cave Johnson shit from Portal?
No.
You don't know Portal memes?
I know the cake is a lie, and that's about it.
That's I knew that one before
Right.
going in too.
No, at some point in Portal 2, one of the voiceovers is, I've been thinking, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Demand to speak to life's manager. And then Connors made that joke independently, and I accused him of stealing it.
And I
Which
had
you
not
just
played
didn't know.
through Portal, so I probably stole it from somebody else who tweeted or something like that. And then
Possibly.
the reason we did the whole fucking Portal playthrough is because they saw that tweet, and I'm like, oh no, did I steal a joke? They're like, yeah, from Portal. And I'm like, I fucking never played it. And they're like, we're playing it. But then it turned out not to be fun at all. It was just me doing fucking brain teasers. You know the fucking 60-second math challenge you had with multiplication? It was that for 3.5 hours. Just stress-filled nightmare. And by the end of it, I was like, I need to I gotta go to bed.
And all the story in Portal is voiceover. So anytime he did have something to say, we were like, shut the fuck up! The story's happening.
You're missing the story!
I was in the gulag for a good period of time. I was in cages down in Mexico. Hey-oh.
Those are my
I
Anyway,
love being
before I
on the
start
side
talking
of the stormtroopers.
Anyway, speaking of politics, but not really. Because that's what you want to hit. You want people interested but not mad at each other. Just mad at us. The media I'm insanely obsessed with is, first of all, P.S. I Love You, which is one of my... Hello, dog.
That's Poppy. He lives upstairs.
Shut up, Poppy. Which is a pretty good romantic comedy. Gerard Butler can't do an Irish accent, but that's fine. And Harry Connick Jr. plays a pretty good guy with Asperger's. I was surprised. So there's that one for you folks. But mainly the book Neuromancer, which is also weird sci-fi, like Dune. So we're continuing the theme of this podcast.
Unacceptable.
Where I talk about Dune a lot.
Have you seen Dune?
No.
Thank God. Okay.
No. I remember Kellen talking about it before, and I think in some other like podcast mediums I listen to, it's been mentioned like sparsely.
I think it's just podcast memeage. I think it's a garbage movie. I'm not gonna watch it.
It's a garbage movie, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
the David Lynch Dune is very bad.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, it was originally like 6 hours long, and then they cut it, and some of the scenes they just turned into voiceover, like that echo shit. Like it's just that you see the actor like cock their head, and it's like, why would he worry about the Duke's son? In like the echoey voiceover voice.
Oh.
The movie's pretty bad.
Oh, God.
There's a great shot where Sting is wearing a Speedo with wings, and he just kind of walks out of some steam that there's no purpose for the steam really, and then he just sort of stands there, and his uncle's like, he's super hot. The uncle thinking that Sting's character was hot is in the book, but he's not Sting in the book.
Does the uncle get to fuck Sting?
No.
Okay.
Various slaves.
Because of course.
I think I would rather have the uncle fuck Sting. That's better for me than
Well, Sting
various
is 16 in the book, though, so.
Well, here's the debate then.
Welcome to the podcast, Joey. What's better, sex slavery or pedophilia? Give us your answer now.
And keep in mind that it's multiple sex slavery, so it's
of course,
not, yes.
What's
the age of consent in Dune?
I think
according to Elon Musk, whatever he damn well please.
Yes.
What happened? No, I love Elon. Don't do this.
Yeah, that's bad of you.
I like him because... No, hang on.
Okay.
I like him because now we're not fighting wars for oil anymore. We're fighting wars for whatever iridium and like cool sci-fi... Lithium. Cool sci-fi shit. I'm
copies
okay
of
with
the
that.
Nirvana song Lithium.
Anyways, what do you say?
I was gonna say, oh no, I just read the headline that like hit the oh god, what the fuck's his company?
The Mars colony will refuse to obey U.S. laws.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, U.S. laws.
Right, when they
Still
make
a good guy.
I think like international laws or whatever, they're like they're like
laws. Yeah.
proclaiming independence or whatever as their own entity on Mars.
Okay, but they're not going to follow like international waters law at least, because there's like 3 of those.
Whether he says he is or not, he's going to own the planet, so it doesn't matter what the laws are.
Which basically, like the first comment I saw was like, oh, so basically it boils down to labor laws and age of consent.
Those are the things he's worried about. The next Grimes is 16 right now, and he's making plans.
To be fair, though, I'm guessing he's just going to give a shit about the labor laws.
I will say this. Elon Musk is not a pedophile. He just abuses labor. I will give him that. I don't know if he's a pedophile. I should say that, because he might be. They all are.
Is that what that 16-year-old's name is?
He abuses a 16-year-old named labor laws. That he named as a joke that he thinks is just funny, even though it's really darkly funny.
He just wanted to. It's just a fuck you to the American government. Be like, you can't get me. I'm on Mars, asshole.
No, but to bring it back to Neuromancer, by the way, there's a part of that book where...
Just so we're clear, to bring it back to a book reference that nobody but you has read. Now, continue.
People have read it. It established the word cyberspace in common parlance. So people have read it. No one now has. It was like that and the movie Blade Runner are like what cyberpunk.
I gotta look up the cover to it, because I don't know if I have or not. It's
There's
Neuromancer.
several covers, and a couple of them are fairly well known. But there's a part in Neuromancer where they're trying to like travel across basically international borders to a vacation spot, and you don't have to have a passport. You have to have a credit check because money's all that matters in the future of cyberspace capitalism, which we now live in. Good job, Gibson.
Yeah.
Why? Poor people's money spends just as well. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but not as. There's less of it.
Okay, no, I definitely haven't read this. Sounds
How many pages?
interesting, though.
I think like 3 something.
That's not terrible.
Not as long as Dune.
I don't have fucking time to read that.
Does
much
it
anymore.
have pictures?
I mean, on the front.
Just the one.
Good enough.
Well, I was reading it and thinking about how it's similar to Dune in that I like the narrative a lot, and also I want to yell about it to people because I'm like, don't you see that this is very relevant to all of the things you disagree with me about? But the main part is...
So you're saying a fiction book is right? Yeah!
Of course.
But in Dune, there's no sex. There's just implied sex. Like an old fat man going, I sure do love skinny boys because I'm evil, and it's the 60s, and that's how you can tell someone's evil. In Neuromancer, though, they get into the hips and the nips and the tits. So, it's sort of enhanced experience. And they're not pedophilia either, so...
I have never been able to read a book that has aggressively described sex. Where it's like, if you spend more than a paragraph describing a penis, I don't think I'm reading it, man.
You gotta be careful with it, because if you can't go, like... Very rarely can you say cock unless you're in the character's voice. Like, if you're not Chuck Tingle writing an erotic novel, you can't write,
Chuck
and
Tingle.
then she grabbed his cock. Like, but then George R.R. Martin, I vividly remember a passage where he went way the other direction, and he said fat pink mast to reference a penis, and you can't do that either. Now I'm not paying attention either.
Did you read the Twilight books, Joey?
No.
No.
I read the...
What penis-based books have you read, Joey?
I don't think there's any descriptions of a dick in Twilight.
I feel like there should be.
No, I don't think I've read any, like, adult, like, raunchy books like that.
Not like not.
You haven't
50
read
Shades.
Pounded in the Butt by My Own Butt by Chuck Tingle? Real book.
No, not a real book.
What?
I don't accept that. That is.
Google Chuck Tingle. He does just write gay erotica, but it became such a bit that he's like pounded in the butt by this book, pounded in the butt by the concept of fiction. Because there's fucking weird shit you can find online, so he just made it a joke.
I'm so not okay with that.
I guess good for him for embracing the bit.
He's making money.
Yeah, true.
Damn. We needed a shirt of that book.
We have to make it more of a meme on the show now.
No,
If
you
we
don't
want to have a
you don't
shirt of
need-
the book, we have to mention it every week.
No, you mentioned it once.
And as always, pounded in the butt by my own butt.
Good night, everyone.
Fucking closing out stadiums.
That is the difference between like women's and men's erotica, because women's erotica is like the sex in Twilight is like there's one thing where she ends up bruised because vampires are strong, but most of it is just like I kissed him and then I fell limp because the kiss was so hot. It's like, yeah, what a 16-year-old girl thinks sex is. And then erotica for gay men is like I was fucked in the ass by the concept of an ass, and no one's mad about that because they do say ass and dick a lot, and that's what they were looking for.
To be fair, if that is the gay agenda, then I'm against it. Just so we're clear.
That was a lot of people don't know this. That's what Harvey Milk wanted. Is that all books had to have a sex scene like that.
Can I see the gay agenda ledger and just like cross that out? Like, look, we're willing to give you everything else in the gay agenda, just not the fucking pounded the ass by the ass.
Okay, but we can't have cuffed jeans. Pete Buttigieg is dead, and I don't know. I guess
Flannels.
Stephen Fry is
Come
on
on, man,
TV
it's
again.
right on you.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Just in a court case for the gay agenda. Be like, all right, you guys are going to have to lose poodles. I don't know why, but straight people love poodles right now. But you guys can keep actual rights.
Gay people don't like poodles, by the way.
No,
Your opinion of a gay man continues to be what a frightened Southern gentleman thinks gay men are.
Look at my hat. You look at my hat and you say that.
I know, exactly, yes. Frightened Southern gentlemen, think of Lindsey Graham, are definitely gay, and also are terrified of gay people, and think they have, like, poodles and powdered noses.
I think I'm slowly becoming that Southern gay playwright. Whatever. Who the hell?
Tennessee Williams?
Tennessee Williams, that's it. I'm just transitioning. Southern gay podcaster. Mint juleps mandatory on every episode.
We gotta get Lindsey Graham. Do either of you guys know Lindsey Graham? Can you guys get Lindsey Graham?
No.
Alright. Well, I can just do a gay Southern preacher voice, I guess. Honey, we are all God's creatures.
No, it was yeah.
Especially Big Jim.
Oh,
Now,
Big
he may
Jim.
just be a countrified Southern boy.
Yes, ma'am.
But even I know that Tom Holland has a real tasty behind.
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Atticus Finch, and I'd really like to brag a piece off the flight of man.
Oh, what are you gonna do? Atticus
To
dirty?
fuck a mockingbird.
At first I heard he was Boo Bradley, and I wasn't into that. But then I found out it was different.
Fucking Atticus Fish stands out against Jim Croce laws. See, that was 2 references.
I don't understand how Jim Croce relates. Just what, the entirety of, like,
He just doesn't like that
operator, can you replace this call? It's to a man, by the way. I'm gay, Jim Croce.
Atticus Fish took Atticus Fish in the later years. He doesn't quite get the concept anymore.
Gay Jim Croce is for sure someone's Twitter handle.
Oh God, if it's not, it's mine. Oh, one of our Twitter handles should be "It's Just Bits." By the way, like I don't know how we don't have it. I'm gonna get it right now before we release this, and somebody else
yeah,
takes
someone
it.
takes it from us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fuck you, folks. Joey, get your hand out of your pocket. What
No,
are you
you
doing?
bitch. Joey will
I
buy
will
it.
be executive producer by the end of this. Damn it.
Joey will buy it off of you for $5 a month.
Damn it, he understands leverage.
If anybody subscribes to our Patreon, by the way, they're welcome on the show. If you pledge $5 a month to Patreon, you get an episode. That's just how
Joey
it
could have come on anyway, but if you also
Oh shit!
fuck
There's
up-
a. It's just bits. Fuck you, Ross.
God damn. Ross? I offered
the
to
Ross
buy the website It's Just Bits, but the guy will not.
He's got a
do it.
YouTube too. Fuck you, buddy.
Hey.
If you guys see
Fuck
him on
you
the
and
street,
your
tell
scary
him to fuck
games.
himself. Yeah, if you guys see anyone else with anything that is similar to our iconography, like bully them, be cruel to them. Don't let your kids play with their kids.
Oh,
I got
nice
it.
cyberpunk banner, you
No, I
dolt.
found Which is
I'm
just,
being-
did you do what?
It's like capital everything. So at capital I.
Fucking.
What about It's Just Bits podcast?
I'm looking up It's Just Bits, all one word.
Because I think that guy has the Patreon URL, patreon.com/.
Yeah, we had to put a
Don't go
apostrophe.
to that URL. Go to patreon.com/It's Just Bits podcast.
Oh, we're It's Just Bits podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, I've just
Yeah,
been
probably if
copying
you
one.
do just like
Hang on, I got
in
one.
all lowercase, it's just bits,
I don't
or
think
like
Twitter
it's
does-
just
Okay.
Twitter
bits.
handles don't recognize that.
Oh no,
Yeah, no, they're not.
either that or like it's just bits pod or something.
something like that. Yeah.
I think I got one. I got It's Just Bits. Jim Croce laws are good. No, It's Just Bits, all one word.
I would love it if It's Just Bits turned out to be.
This
like
is
a,
far more of a hassle than I initially expected.
like an after-school special about safe sex.
That's the.
Don't make it the dog in a shirt.
I'll fix it later. We're on the podcast right now. I just
Fine.
want to have it, and then I'll deal with it later.
If you send us a screenshot of our logo as Connor's dog in a shirt, I don't know, we'll give you something.
Skip. There's a
No,
lot
you know
of
what?
steps.
You know what? If you guys,
In
if
making
someone
a
who's
fake
listening to
account.
this goes to our,
Oh God damn it! I'm at It's Just Bits 1. Boo!
just do It's Just Bits Pod.
Boo.
Yeah, just replace the
Yeah,
one
but
with
how
a
do I?
POD.
I don't know if I can change the at.
And if you guys, yeah, you can. If
I can.
yes, you can. And if you the first person to subscribe to follow that Twitter account, I will send you a copy of "Pounded in the Butt by My Own Butt" by Chuck Tingle. It won't even be podcast money; it'll be my money.
Well,
I can have
you
it.
won't even have to mail it there, bud.
We're at. If you look up It's Just Bits, all one word, I think it pops right up.
Let's see. It's just.
Well, to be fair though,
Bits.
also I made it 4 seconds ago, so. God damn it, Ross, you piece of shit!
Not the Ross we work.
I
with,
hate
by the
you,
way.
Ross.
No, Ross is
You
fine.
literally haven't uploaded in 4 months, Ross.
Boo,
You
Ross.
have 473 subscribers.
The guy whose
Up
Twitter
yours.
handle is @Kellen. Mine, by the way, is @Kellen_Frank.
You have 2 videos, you
Okay, I
fucking.
fucking made one
Dope.
that's It's Just Bits, but I don't know how to change.
I've used
how to
it
change
twice.
the ad.
What am I doing?
I do have a YouTube channel with 1 video on it, though.
You're a bad man.
Same.
Why?
Look up Mirror Pants on YouTube, folks. Back when I was in college, I tried to do a gaming channel with my cousin.
Wait, really?
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't tell me until now when we're out of school.
No, before the before times of college. When I was a freshman and sophomore, before I went to Lewis.
Oh, okay.
When I was sad and hadn't met you two, my only friends.
Oh, by the way, Kellen, this is an intervention. You need more friends.
Is that why there's so few people at this intervention?
We were trying to put together an intervention for your drinking, but we could only find each other.
So we got to do this one first, and then we've got to let you drink for another year so you can like ruin their wedding or something.
And then yeah.
I'm gonna ruin your wedding, by the way.
Okay, so am I. I'm gonna ruin it by being there. What are you kidding? Because I'm just gonna ask for outlandish shit on the gift registry. One of the ones I already want is either a fish tank coffee table or a refrigerator coffee table, so I can keep beer right on the coffee table.
Okay,
or
the
have fish in
refrigerator
it.
one is fine. The fish one, I will poison that water. I will not allow you to have that.
Wow, that's awesome.
I don't like that you have fish, by the way.
I don't. To be
It's
fair,
weird. You
I don't
are not
either.
old enough for this. You're not old enough for this.
I don't like that I have fish either, just so we're clear. Every time I mention that I have fish, I am ashamed of myself. And then people will be like, "You what, just a goldfish?" I'm like, "No, like I'm really into fish, man. I got a lot of fish."
The water was cloudy for a while, and it's probably still. Is it still
No,
cloudy?
it's good for them.
No, I know. And the fact that I come over here and I go, wow, your fish tank looks like shit, and you go, actually, when you put driftwood in it makes the water look like root beer.
You think I like that either? You think I like being that guy?
This
no.
is an intervention.
But I am.
I'm flipping it. I'm flipping it on you. Uno card reversal. Now we're intervening on you for that hat and that shirt and those fish.
Kylie's getting into fish too. She has a beta now, and there's going to be one in my office. I'm going to have an office.
Yeah, I know
fish
she
tank.
has a beta.
Nice.
It's you.
What's the?
I had a beta once. It lived in a vase.
They do put them in vases.
You can put them wherever, man.
Yeah, it actually lasted like over a year, which was surprising.
Nice.
Do you think that beta fish wish that they could be social with other fish? Like they're lonely, but they just don't know how to do it, and that's why they fight other fish? But then every time they kill the other fish you put with them, they're like, I really missed a chance to have what I know I really want deep down. And then they die because they're like...
I think it's probably the same way. I'm like, why don't I like go out to parties more? And then I'm at a party and I'm like...
And then you kill everybody at that party?
No.
You haven't been to parties with Joey, man.
No, I'm alive.
I'm the only one that makes it out because I give them cigarettes.
I saw. So
shout out to a year ago.
Shout out to it was last Halloween.
Oh god, this is our Halloween party. Kill self.
I watched Beetlejuice with my parents last night. That was my Halloween party.
Nice.
My grandpa did not get it.
Oh wait, one more fish confession. I got a bunch of these, by the way. I follow a bunch of fish groups on Facebook. I'm not happy about this either. I'm so ashamed of myself.
I wouldn't be saying this.
I
have hobbies I don't talk about, you know.
Okay, fine. I was having gay sex secretly.
No, that's mine.
But I followed this fish group,
Uh-huh.
and they were talking about betas, and they're like, yeah, I have like 6 betas in a community tank, and the next post by that person was, I have 1 beta in a community tank. And I'm like, oh god, he must be the rock of betas, Jesus Christ.
I'm actually also in a fish group on Facebook, but it's the band. And no one posts because everyone's just high and they don't want to.
They just post pictures of empty Whippets cans in
Right.
parking lots.
There is a one post every week of it. Have you guys heard Rumors by Fleetwood Mac? We should listen to other music, because other stuff sounds good when you're high, too.
Mostly Rumors by Fleetwood Mac, if we're being honest.
Really good?
Just
Every
the song
time-
Dreams, though, on repeat.
I know I've texted both of you several times about Fleetwood Mac's Rumors when I'm high.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I'm high, I specifically have to stop myself from texting several people. I know I say this a lot, but Fleetwood Mac's Rumors. My
well,
camera's
that's
out of battery. Well,
That's fine, that's enough.
hopefully we got the promo already. You should charge that ever.
Huh?
Charge that ever is why it's out of
I
battery.
bet it was at a full charge the last time I put it in the case, but it's been a minute.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, so just pull it out and charge it at random?
Yeah, or if you know you're going to make me be perceivable to the human eye.
I wasn't, because we had one camera, but Joey the
That
OG.
Joey Rowan.
Joey the OG.
Which Joey seems to
Damn,
be.
dude. That
Joe-
should be your Twitter handle.
Joe
Joey
G.
the OG.
Joe G.
OG
Well,
Joe.
that's Joe G, though, so they can't do that.
I mean, just Joe G.
Well, yeah.
OGGI Joe? Come on.
I mean, my Twitter handle is like from when I was a senior in high school. So.
It's a good... No, I don't think you should change your Twitter handle. Big Koozie is good.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. It sounds like a band that would open for Fish. Big Koozie.
And Big Koozie 96 is on a shirt in some dad's closet right now from when he saw Big Koozie in 1996.
Along with their other 3 tour dates that year, all opening for Fish. Well, they were actually opening for the opener of Fish, but they say they were opening for Fish.
Please welcome Big Koozie and the Fishnet.
Nice.
There is an
We're
album...
a Fish cover band. You're opening for Fish.
You think the people seeing Fish want to hear a song that's not by Fish? No, they don't. We have to do this. We have an album. They don't let us play.
The Rolling Stones magazine listed us the best new band of 1996.
But as soon as we started opening for Fish, we just had to cover a song by Fish. I don't know. I have a job.
They're all jam songs, so you don't need to know a song name because they're all different every time. The Grateful Dead rules.
That's a band to be played in a... That's just dads in a garage.
Grateful Dead?
Yeah, good for them
Yeah,
that they got
dads
big.
who do acid.
Well, yeah. Yeah, but...
I wish my dad kept doing acid and joined the Grateful Dead. That'd be awesome.
I think your dad could have kept doing acid. That's a plausible thing, but him joining the Grateful Dead, I don't think that's like a...
I don't know if the years match up. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know how old your dad is.
I
It's probably older than mine, so it might be plausible, but...
don't know. Oh, yeah. My dad's 60-something. 61.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Why did everyone else's parents fuck so
Wait.
late?
Because your parents were living in sin.
Well, yeah.
Were your parents living in sin, Joey?
No.
I mean,
old
they
are your
were
parents?
married. They got married 3 years apart.
I think my dad's 59.
Yeah.
And then my mom... 53? Right? I think? I don't know.
Damn. 6-year age difference.
That age gap is
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you high five your dad every morning you wake up? Nice. Keep plowing my mom.
Every year it means less, though.
I mean, she'll, like, give him grief every now and again. Like, hey, remember, like, when I was in 2nd grade and you were in, like, 8th grade? It's like, fucking stop. Jesus Christ.
Good.
Well,
Never let it go.
every time they're on different sides of the decade, that's got to be good. Like, he turned 60,
Yeah.
and she's, like, 54.
Like, damn, you're old, man. No, 6 years isn't that bad. When did they get married? Like, third grade? Well,
fourth?
she wasn't born yet.
91, so that would have been
So
when
we're
my
on
dad was 30.
Yeah, my parents had me when I was in my 30s too, and my 30s, they're 30s too. I stand by being older and being a parent because my dad's just like, I haven't aged. My dad's he's 61, still laying carpet every day, and he's just like, yeah, having a kid who's 24, I gotta keep up.
No, see, but
Nice.
my parents can go do shit now because they were both 26 when I was born, and now I'm out of the house. My sister's in college, and now they're just 50 and they're in good shape. They can go do fun stuff now. That if you have a kid when you're 46 or 36 even, now like you're old when your kids are out of your house.
Yeah, but you can do whatever you want. I mean,
No, because your body's breaking. Now my parents can't remember shit, but they can go hiking and get lost.
Good. They get lost hiking.
No, I just know that my dad has a terrible memory. That's just
Nice.
as do I, because I don't remember anything before. Gosh, even senior year of high school is pretty foggy at this point.
See, I have, like, I'm starting to get real bad, like, short-term memory, which is...
Fucking preach.
Yeah, which I'll be, like, walking around the house being like, what the fuck am I doing? Oh, yeah.
Me.
It's weird how soon you start aging. Because
Yeah.
we're still young to like everybody that's not our age or younger, but we are noticeably aging. We're not old, but we are aging.
I have thrown out my back enough times that I know from the instant I feel pain in my back, I know the severity of how bad I'm going to throw out my back. Like, if it's real bad, I'm like, oh, I should lie down right now. And then sometimes I get it, and I'm like, oh, this will only be here for like 5 minutes. I just need to sit down for a second. And I'm 24.
Yeah,
Starting,
it's like the same way for me for like diet, which is lame.
You can't eat Popeyes every meal anymore?
No. Oh my God, no. No, even in college.
You could barely do it in college. We were fucking pushing it.
Exactly. Like, even, like, with Halloween, I had, like, maybe 6, like, mini Twix yesterday. I'm like, this is too much. What the fuck is wrong with me? I used to be able to do, like, an entire bag.
There's so many things now that people be like, doesn't that make you sick? And I would just be young and be like, no, I feel great. And now I'm like, no, I don't want a whole pizza. I don't want more than one candy bar. And I don't want to drink tonight because I have to get up tomorrow. God damn it.
Oh, yeah. I remember when I would party all the way until 5 a.m. and my breakfast shift started at 5:30. And then I would drive to the breakfast shift, work until 3, get off, go to sleep, wake up, party till 5 a.m. And I do that every day.
Shit.
Yeah, that was something.
It wasn't that long ago that I could do similar shit. Like your birthday 2 years ago, or maybe 1 year ago, we did plenty of stuff, and then I woke up and went to work. With the drip still going on.
Yeah, he meant that we had bought a lot of good clothes, so he was covered in drip.
Yeah. God damn, them clothes is expensive.
God, I'm addicted to those clothes.
Oh, wow.
God, by the way, if anyone on this podcast can get some clothes.
You know how they dressed real good in the 80s? You know that scene in RoboCop where the one guy is getting good clothes?
Scarface, the movie about clothes.
Yeah. We're talking about weed.
Oh.
Yeah, you know Johnny Depp's Blow? All about weed. I've only seen the first hour.
I thought I heard Johnny Cash, and I was like, Johnny Cash does not have a song called Blow. Are you thinking of Cocaine by Eric Clapton? And you got it wrong so hard?
Well, I was going to say, there is Cocaine Blues.
Okay.
Thank Joe, you need to be on the podcast more because I can't. My memory won't allow me to do that.
There's also Cocaine Genius by Rainbow Kitten Surprise, which is a great song.
I saw them live at Bonnaroo. They were awesome.
I'm sure they were. I don't like live music.
What?
There's people
But
there.
if I could have a private concert, sure, I'd feel like an asshole, but sure. But I'm not going to go to a muddy field with people around.
Oh, no, Money Field. No.
Have you tried alcohol? Because that helps.
Yeah, but it also helps being alone in my apartment, and there's not people there.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, you might be surprised to learn that they can make it sound better if they do some editing afterwards and then put it as a computer file.
Yeah, but then you'll never meet a girl whose eyes are as wide as dinner plates high on Molly, and you just have to, like, you have a water bottle that you were really wanting, but you see her about to die, and you're like, take this water. And she's like, thank you.
Are you still pitching to me? That sounds awful.
I don't know. Some of the funniest experiences I've had is looking around at a festival and just seeing somebody do some crazy bullshit.
That festival, that sounds like a real great recipe for me to walk back to a tent and you to say you could have gotten laid, and I was like, I didn't feel right about that. That's what would happen if I went to a fuck music.
That's why you also have to be obliterated. That's the rules of the festival. Because if you're a sober you're an asshole.
What do you think about club drugs, Joey? What's your favorite?
Let's see. Club drugs.
I like
There's
Club
so
Penguin.
many. No, I was more of a Pirates Online kind of guy. Club
Pirates
Penguin.
Online? I don't know that one.
Yeah. It was. It's actually Disney. It's basically Pirates of the Caribbean, like online kind of.
Like Assassin's Creed Black Flag?
Probably not as cool.
Sort of like super basic. It's I guess more or less like World of Warcraft, but pirates.
Badass.
Yeah,
that does sound good.
And I would have totally played like way more of it when I was younger. But I had dial-up in 2009.
That is late for dial-up.
Yeah, and then we still had it until 2010.
Dial-up in 2009 sounds like a movie from 2050. They're like, you have dial-up? What is this, 2009?
And then they beat
and all
him
the
up.
kids in the movie are like, it's old. And then I'm there with my nephew like, what? They didn't do that in 2009. What the fuck? These aren't real 90s kids.
Oh my god.
I think I think around 2009 myself, my dad's roommate at the time, because divorced dads all had roommate at some point. You guys might not know
Divorced dad
this, but
apartments are fascinating.
There's something, man. My dad used to have an apartment that was like about this big upstairs, and then it was just, he had a gigantic basement.
We're in a single bedroom. That's how big he's made.
Oh yeah, the camera's turned on. But it was like a single bedroom upstairs and then just a humongous basement. And he's like, yeah, the bathroom's upstairs though, so that kind of sucks. And I'm like, the fuck is it? Did Dr. Seuss build this place? What the fuck?
My landlord is MC Escher. It's fucking annoying.
Takes me 15 minutes to leave my door.
MC Escher is one of the many references I only get through Family Guy. Like, I know about MC Escher paintings, but only because of a Family Guy cutaway.
Which one is MC Escher?
Stairs.
Going up the stairs and going down the stairs. And
Oh,
sideways
stairs. Gotta stop doing other people's bits.
Speaking of that, I once plagiarized Misery, the Stephen King book, but I plagiarized it by way of Family Guy, because Family Guy did a spoof of it. So I thought I was stealing a Family Guy thing, but I was stealing from a Stephen King book.
What did you
Nice.
I wrote a short story that was just Misery.
But
When I was like in high school, and I was like, people won't know. And they were like, you know this is a big movie. And I was like, does my teacher think Family Guy's a movie? I was sure they wouldn't recognize this episode.
I sort of more or less did the same thing, but with Halo.
What did you?
And that's why you're the author of all the Halo
the
novelizations?
plot line of Halo.
Well, more or less I wrote in, like, elites and brutes, but called them something else.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
They're not then parody. It's parody, so it's fine.
Yeah. This whole podcast is parody, where we just do other people's bits.
Well, hopefully my elementary school education diploma doesn't get revoked. We'll see.
You can keep
Well,
the
we've
college
got
degree.
college ones now.
True, and a high school one to buffer it.
But, yeah. If my high school one starts getting iffy, then I'll start protecting my college one. I definitely know where my diploma is, and didn't lose it when I moved out of my parents' house.
It's just a piece of paper.
True.
Also,
Whatever, I
don't
got the
think-
job. Fuck you.
Yeah, I also I don't know if people like call up your college and are like, "Did he graduate from here?" I think you can lie about that. Honestly, I think I'm gonna switch mine to say Northwestern, just because it's a nicer college. Because graduated a degree in radio, TV, broadcasting, Northwestern with a 3.5. Yeah, buy it.
I once told someone that I went to Harvard, meaning to make a joke about how one time I went to that campus, and then went to a bar on that campus. But I said I went to Harvard, and I was going to be like, really? And I was going to be like, yeah, for a day. But they were like, oh, you did go to Harvard, really? And I was like,
Uh-oh.
yep, okay, you believed it. All right, now we're doing this. Yes, I went to Harvard.
And I.
I will say that I get pretty, like, blue-collar, fuck you, snooty Ivy League people about that, because I worked on a movie set with a couple of people that went to Harvard. That's who I was visiting at Harvard. And at one point, one of them had to be dealing with XLR cables, and she asked which end of the XLR cable goes into which end. And if you've ever made a homophobic joke in elementary school, you know that the pointy ones can't go together. You got to put the pointy ones in the socket ones. So I don't know how that was a fucking question.
And she went to Harvard. Well, because she was.
Yeah, and she's got a fucking film degree now.
From Harvard?
Nice.
Maybe drama or something, I don't know.
Okay, because
We were a lot
there
of people
only-
that shouldn't have been working on a movie, myself included.
You know, there's only 3 degrees that fucking matter at Harvard, right? It's law, it's maybe doctor or something.
I think
know
it's law,
laws.
doctor, and imperialist bastard.
I mean, I
And
guess if
to
you're
be
going...
eaten at a later date.
No. I got my law degree at Harvard, and I got my should be eaten by wolves degree at Yale. It's my George W. Bush impression.
Yale, you say.
There's a joke. Have you ever seen, Joey? I know Connor has. A futile and stupid gesture.
I
No.
watched it with you, horribly hungover.
Yeah, that's a fun story.
Is it a movie or something?
It's a movie, yeah, about the guys that started National Lampoon as a magazine.
Oh, really?
But it was originally the Harvard
Oh,
Lampoon.
dude, it's so good.
It's a good movie, but there is a part in it where the one of them goes like, maybe we should get some people in that didn't go to Harvard. And as a joke, the other guy goes, I don't know what you mean. Do you mean a Yaley? And like that was like a funny joke about how we're Ivy League, we should get some more people. But I was like, yeah, you fucks. Yeah. Oh, your Harvard sense of humor isn't playing to blue collar Americans? Go fuck yourself.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Should go back to school and go to Harvard just to ruin my life.
What? Well, yes, that's what that would be.
Just to... it took me 4 years to figure out that my degree doesn't matter, and now I'm going to go to Harvard and get a real degree that really doesn't matter.
Certain friends of ours who definitely don't listen to this are going back for a master's degree. And I'm like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, why?
I know quite a few people who are like, I'm getting a master's.
Why?
I have a friend who did it in a year, and he didn't go back. He was just like, I'm just going to get it for a year.
Like take classes, right?
Yeah, he took classes and was able to hold a full-time job, and he just like took all online classes for a year degree.
Oh, sounds bad.
And he was like, it sucked, but I mean, everybody has a bachelor's. And I'm like, I'll give you that, to be fair.
Do you guys forget that you have a degree a lot?
I don't. I'm not a pretentious piece of shit, so I don't like, oh, I forget I have a degree, bodega man, and then you throw your change at him.
I'm educated. Take my
No, I
Lincoln,
also don't
sir.
wear frocks around and spit on old people, so it doesn't come up a lot.
Yeah, well, that's why you don't hang out with me on the weekends.
Dude,
No, I will often forget that, like, 'cause I didn't go to college to get a degree. I went to college because I was like, well, that's what you do. I guess you have to.
Yeah,
Facts.
same.
But then they do give you something at the end. And the idea was originally that would mean something. I know it doesn't anymore.
It does a little.
Well, to not have it means more than to have it.
Why does that have to mean something?
I do
Oh,
I do
God.
not like that to not have it is a bigger detriment than to have it. Like, if you should have a... Oh, that's my fucking chair exploding. Nice. It's because I'm fat.
That's why you need my well-built wooden one that is giving me back problems.
Good. No, but... I was just checking that. There's a kettle.
I was by his like Kylie making tea.
Nice.
Remember the time that you came over to my house and you made gay jokes about me and then you brewed tea on my stove?
While
Which was
looking
difficult because I don't have a kettle.
While looking for Miatas online and wearing
wearing
floral
that
hat. Yes. Faggot.
Jesus
How big's your
Christ.
fucking dog again?
And owning a Shiba Inu proudly.
There should be a pride parade for people like you. And the same thing should happen to it that certain people want to have in a pride parade.
No, it's a pride parade for people who will never come out of the closet. That's what the pride parade is.
I don't think you could call it a pride parade.
Continue being ashamed. Continue being ashamed.
Stonewall was bad. We love the cops.
No. There's a specific sect of people who's like, it's fine if you're gay. I don't give a shit if you're gay. I hope my son's gay. But I'm not sucking a cock.
Well, that's weird of them.
Just to blow that, man. I would definitely suck. I hate to fucking just use a Louis C.K. bit, but I would suck the best cock. It's a Louis C.K. bit. I'm not gonna.
Okay, no,
I'm
I
not
don't,
just
I,
gonna.
no,
do
because
it.
I don't remember this bit, so now I'm gonna walk through it now. Are you saying you would only suck one cock and it's the cock that is the best, or are you saying you would be the best at sucking cock? Because those
The
are different.
other one. Like,
Different.
I would only suck S tier cock. So if like Tom Hanks comes out to me and he's like, "Blow me," or Philadelphia never existed, then I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna blow Tom Hanks.
Well, that's a real catch-22. Because then you would get AIDS, but if you didn't blow him, then it wouldn't exist, and they wouldn't have had to give Tom Hanks AIDS for that movie. So then you wouldn't. It's like that book,
Which
The-
book?
Rent.
Is that a book?
No.
Oh, I thought that was a play.
I guarantee they made it into a book. I guarantee they took that musical and made it into a book.
They do in musicals. They do refer to the script as the book, like music written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, book written by Lin-Manuel.
Those people should be
Lin-Manuel,
eaten.
fucking stop biting your lip, asshole.
Wait, he
Kellen
wrote.
kills self on hot mic.
Wait, did he do Rent?
No, but that'd be.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm
my
just
god.
that was the last musical
Oh,
I
okay.
saw.
Oh, okay.
Because I am a yuppie piece of shit.
Yeah,
as much
Rent.
as I hate yuppies.
Rent starring George Washington.
By the way, I just heard on another podcast. You're not allowed to listen to it. You're only allowed to hear it through me, listeners. But that if you guys have watched the Trial of the Chicago 7, the
movie?
long-haired dude that was friends with Sacha Baron Cohen, like he became a stockbroker and like a real piece of shit, and is the origin of the term yuppie.
Nice.
So it
Wait, the guy-
originated in Chicago.
I guess, yeah. Or I think he went to Wall Street, and that's where he got the name. 'Cause they were from the East Coast, and then they came to Chicago to incite violence. They should have been convicted.
As we all know, the Chicago 7 were notoriously bad people.
Coming out as pro-Chicago cop. This will be no surprise to our No, that movie is wild, because when I was at protests in Chicago, like in May,
Right.
I saw cops wearing the same color helmets, looking at me the same fucking way.
Oh, the
They
baby
were looking at me.
blue with
Those
the
baby blue
with the
things.
face guard. Yeah.
So I was watching
The Chips helmet. It's the Chips
It
outfit.
is the Chips helmet, yeah. And I think Eric Estrada is like a manga guy. So
Neat.
no, but like
It's the wrong.
the incremental progress is going great because a scene from a movie about the '60s reminded me of something I actually saw. It was like, oh, this is good.
Good. You didn't see like a wall of cops though, did you?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they were blocking. Like it wasn't. We weren't marching up to them like in the movie, but I kind of got there after the main foot protest because I was in a car one. But then I just walked around to like check out the devastation, and there was like a line of cops that weren't letting us down a particular street.
Was it Pritzker's house's street?
No,
Because
it was in the
No, he lives in Florida. Why would he live in the state that he governs?
Have you seen his house in the state that he governs?
I don't want
Fucking
to.
gigantic.
I don't want to.
It's
If I see it, I will hurt it.
well, I can tell you exactly where it is because it's public knowledge. I think.
Not illegal for us to tell you Governor Pritzker's address. Illegal to tell you what I think you should go there and do. Not illegal to tell you where it is.
It's real close to North and State, and it's got the only place on
I live up
that.
north.
And yeah, it's a big street.
That is that I would say that when I moved out of the suburbs to like close to the city, it used to be when I saw the street name I live on, I meant, oh, I'm like 5 minutes from home. Now I'll be in the city and be like, hey, North Avenue, I must be. No, it's still all the way west.
Take it to the end. But it has 2 signs in the windows, and they're both Biden-Harris signs, and they're tiny for such a gigantic estate. Just Biden-Harris? Biden-Harris. I think at one point his PR campaign manager came up to his house and
Put
was
up
like,
another one.
yeah, he's like, oh, one looks kind of barren, man. And then he put up a second one in the window adjacent to it. And he's like, fuck,
There we go.
Yeah, I guess.
Do you have one of those ones that says Biden, Harris, and Dick Durbin?
No, well.
There's a lot of signs. Well, Dick Durbin is our senator.
That dude
One.
fucking lives up to his name.
Yeah, I met him once, and he was not receptive.
Same.
Did
I
you-
had to fucking check his battery levels on his microphone.
Really?
Oh.
Was
Yeah.
it at the...
At Univision, yeah,
I
they
wasn't going
would.
to say it if you were.
I don't know.
I think we're going
We worked for the SEC network.
I
In Chicago.
am what you call a reverse diversity hire.
This one doesn't speak a lick of Spanish. He gets so many subsidies.
No, but I think this was maybe like a month into me working there, and the director I was with, he's like, his mic sounds weird. Go check his battery, and I went, okay. And I shit you not, like, I don't know if
Durbin?
there were.
Ditchard, nice.
I don't know what department they work for, state police or whatever, but it's just a bunch of dudes in like black trench coats, and there's like 8 of them. There's like 6 of them in the hallway, 2 of them in the studio. Went,
So that's why it's so hard to kill senators nowadays.
yeah, basically.
Well, they got a lot of them in the 60s, and they were like, we got to be...
I went,
they?
excuse me,
know.
Mr. Durbin.
Wasn't Bobby Kennedy a senator when they popped him?
Yeah, but that was
Well, he
by the government.
Well, yeah.
That's the issue.
Well, I guess, yeah, he was a senator, but also he was like a candidate or whatever, wasn't he?
Yeah, and from Boston, so bad person.
Facts.
You're familiar with that meme of the podcast, right?
Oh, yeah, fuck Boston, fuck...
there's a lot.
Fuck me for bumping the...
Oh, that's
You know what fucking people in New York do is they bump the table that your mics are sitting
They
on.
do this. I bet that sounds awful. I'm sorry to everybody listening.
Sorry, headphone users.
Speaking
God.
of not assassinating politicians, which is a topic I hate to talk about. My dad went to do like cleanup for Hurricane Katrina back in I guess 2005.
Mm-hmm.
He's a fireman, and George W. Bush like came and met them. Which at the time we were all joking like, "Wow, that's the worst president you could have gotten a picture with." Evidently not.
I think every time a Republican gets elected, he's just going to secede.
It's gonna be worse. Yeah.
Yeah. Not to say Biden's good.
Oh, I can't
Also
wait
bad.
for 8 years when we're like, oh, Trump, he's so great.
Oh, do you guys want to hear
Kidding.
the fucking crazy? Oh, you're mad
I do
now.
have a story first, though.
Okay.
It was
Don't let me
that
forget.
they were like cleaning up shit, like doing real work.
Sure.
So one of the firemen that was with my dad had a pocket knife in his pocket, and the Secret Service didn't stop him. They just took it. And about an hour later, he was like, "Where's my?" Holy shit! Secret Service just took it off me. I didn't even notice. They didn't say anything. They weren't like, "Hey, we took this. You can have it back." They just zip took it, and that was it.
It's fucking strong arm ass energy. I love it.
Oh shit! Now that I think about that, it probably was the Secret Service. Fuck.
Yeah.
They're scary.
Some form of them.
No one
I mean,
wants to
there's
kill Dick
tiers.
Durbin. Although they tried to do that.
Democratic or Republican?
He's a Democrat.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody here is.
Yeah, I mean, him and Duckworth are, and I think most of the reps probably are.
I don't-
I mean, at least around here.
I love it. The Democrats are crooked for
well,
themselves,
yeah.
and Republicans are crooked for themselves, but in a different way.
Basically.
It's great.
oh,
that they're
no.
the same party.
You want to hear something absolutely amazing? My mom is wearing a hat right now that does not
Is
say
it red?
Trump 2020. It says Trump 2024. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You're actively supporting the downfall of democracy?
Oh, because that's what we have, right?
It's a bit, right? She's supporting the
Yeah,
show,
she's
right?
hilarious.
Yeah, it's a joke.
No, she doesn't listen to this.
She means
because-
Donald Trump Jr.
I was gonna say Ivanka, but
I don't.
'Cause
I
Let's-
would also
let's-
prefer the president to be hot, but
I mean, yeah, if Donald Trump was hot, then I'd be fine with everything.
I'm saying if Ivanka was my daughter, I would also have her on my lap weirdly.
mm,
Much like our very good president does with his child.
yes, very good.
Quiet. Can we just have one poor president who's just like, man, that $400,000 a year really fucking helped me.
No,
I
no,
was-
we can't. Poor people don't have time to
God,
campaign.
just once, have a really poor, like a dude who just clears $50K a year somewhere near the middle class, and then he's
That
just
was
like,
like Jimmy Carter was as close as we got to that, and he owned a farm.
He had to give up that farm, didn't
Which
he?
is such bullshit. Like Trump still owns all of Trump shit,
Yeah.
and they make Jimmy Carter give up his peanut farm.
oh, poor peanuts.
Jimmy Carter, shitty president, good
God,
man.
could we just like fucking fund one guy, just some dude, just a normal guy, maybe probably not a farmer.
Yes,
but-
yes. If people stop thinking that we had to vote for who they told us to vote for, yes, we could, but we won't.
Oh, sad face.
Anyway, speaking of politics, but it's about pop culture, so I won't get as mad about it. There's a shot. What is it called? Stranger Than Fiction. Do you guys know that movie? That's another.
Oh,
that's my new obsession.
great movie.
Isn't it good?
Will Ferrell fucks.
Sounds familiar, but
Will Ferrell's life is a book, and as the person's writing it, he's living it, and her books always end in that the main character dies, and he finds out about her books, visits her at her office, and is like, I'm the guy. And she's like typing, looks up, and then goes back to typing, and he keeps talking, that kind of shit. It's
did this
fucking-
come out recently?
No.
No,
2007?
7, I want to. Yeah, because I just watched it.
Really? No, I've never heard of it.
It's on Netflix. It's phenomenal. Watch that. Watch the
shit,
Trial of
okay.
Chicago 7. But don't watch the Trial of Chicago 7 in a period of in a state of mind where you can't be mad.
Or speak to me after it, because I'm mad on both ends about that movie.
I
But
may
anyway,
have to wait a while to watch it then. 'cause I'm
Not
already-
liberal enough, and also too liberal.
yeah, you don't know what liberal means. Because it is liberal enough. It fucking is. But most of
I think it's gonna take a fucking a trail of Reese's Pieces to radicalize you. You're gonna be radicalized like E.T. Somebody's.
I don't know why you think I'm not already.
A CIA person is gonna put a trail of
Yeah,
Reese's
James
Pieces
Woods
from
and Family
your
Guy
door.
going, ooh, piece of candy. It's that to like whatever.
Ooh,
rifle.
genocide.
But no, it's not genocide if you kill a bunch of people, but not because of their race. That's not genocide. That's just bad.
And then it's going to lead you into the Walmart gun section, and then the cops are just going to immediately arrest you. Be like, we found this guy who posted this on Twitter in the Walmart gun
Damn it,
section.
you put tiny Mars bars along the section. Anyways, there's a scene in Stranger Than Fiction, which most of it was shot in Chicago, which I had to look up because I was like, I love the way this movie looks. But like University of
Yeah, Chicago, as we know, the only good city.
Yep. It's playing Gotham again in the new Batman movie,
Yeah,
which we
and it's-
definitely needed.
And its roads run red with fucking potholes. Anyways.
Yeah, and if blood is gonna flow, it should flow all over the city. Tom Hayden.
Into the potholes so they can freeze, and then so we can fucking drive
That's
normally.
the economy. There's a scene where you can't tell it's Daily Plaza unless you like know what Daily Plaza looks like, but he runs into a subway tunnel from Daily Plaza. I was like, hey, I remember that place. Last time I was there, all the windows were broken, and there was graffiti about killing people there.
Neat.
Which I'm just enjoying realizing what I will be telling to uninterested younger family members.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're in Daily Plaza. I'm like, I was here back in the riots of, May
What are they going to
2020.
call these riots?
I don't know.
George Floyd riots?
They're going to call it the... Whatever
Probably, they're just gonna call it 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Because
think
people
there's-
just refer to the 60s.
I think they're still going to kind of like keep going. Yeah, a tumultuous decade.
Well, yeah, because Philly just recently exploded with
Someone else
something.
got shot.
Yeah, well,
What
there
happened?
you go.
Oh god.
So the cops murdered
I
another guy.
saw on Twitter
now
that
this-
people were raiding a Best Buy or Walmart or whatever.
God, Nate.
Listen, I'm not promoting
definitely-
looting, but I will say don't loot small businesses.
Yeah, that is what I. That is also what I'm saying. One of my friends was like, "We looted a pawn shop," and I'm like, "You're an asshole. Loot a Target, asshole. If you have to loot."
Wait, you looted a pawn shop and you're still alive? What the?
You never know what is going to come through that door. Oh god! No! Save Chumley! Chumley, get out of here!
We can give you $5 for your life, asshole.
No, you've seen this show.
Chumley, get the roof Koreans.
The what?
You're not familiar with roof Koreans?
No.
Would you like to explain, Joe?
Yeah, so what was it, like LA 92 or whatever?
The LA riots, yeah.
Okay.
The ones that are in Straight Outta Compton.
Great.
So there.
Wait, this isn't the first time this has happened over race.
No, it's been bad forever.
What? Crazy.
But
wait, it's not gonna change if I just politely say things at NFL games.
It'll get worse.
Anyways.
so I think basically it started, the unrest or whatever started migrating towards Koreatown, and then all the businesses basically, or the owners more or less, got, I don't know if it's hunting rifles or ARs or
The
what.
pictures I've seen, they're definitely rifles. Like,
Okay.
I support that, honestly. I support if you own a small business, stand on the roof of the small business, put a sign in the front, put lamb's blood over the door. That's what you should be doing.
No, that stops Yahweh. That does not stop looting.
Okay, we'll put a sign up
And
that's
if
like
the looters
fucking.
are anti-Semitic, it actually.
If you want to know who owns this business, look up, and it's fucking me with a gun. And I'm like, yeah, fucking, there's Target 2 blocks and to the right. Go to Target.
Yeah,
Roof
exactly.
Koreans are good, but then some bad people like to be like, I'm not racist. I liked it when those Korean people tried to shoot black people.
Oh man.
But yes, if you own a small business, get a gun. Shoot people that are stealing from you. That's fine. Make sure they're stealing from you first.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Don't be one of those businesses that has a sign like, no saggy pants or oversized t-shirts.
Oh,
or
because then, yeah, that guy gets get looted, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Racism's bad, folks.
Yes, it is.
That's the economy.
Against Italians.
Oh, yeah, you could totally be. Italian, Swedish, German, Irish.
Nope. Can't be mean to the Irish.
Yes, you can.
You can be mean to Irish Americans.
No, Kellen,
that's
you
different
can't
now.
be mean to the Italians. They're such great historical people.
Yeah, there's so many.
They're
they
all
have
in the mob. They're all criminals.
They have so many great historical people, like, and.
We'll put them in later. I don't know, Giuseppe Garibaldi, I guess?
Fucking Stalin? Mussolini, my bad.
I was like, he has to be thinking of Mussolini. Did I tell you last week about the cartoons of Black Mussolini?
Yeah.
Okay. Joey, I'll just fill you in.
You're a piece of shit.
There are certain people who are so racist that they think that Italian people aren't white. So
Yeah.
they'll be like, Hitler wasn't racist. He had a black friend, and they mean Mussolini.
Isn't there not a bit, but a scene from some odd movie about Sicilians?
Were spawned by African American gentlemen.
Which is
Not
that
actually
from?
the line.
I'm drawing a blank on
Inglourious
the
Not
movie.
True Romance, because I mix the two up constantly.
No, it's
It's
one
got
of.
Christian Slater in it, right?
I thought it was one of like the De Niro like.
Taxi driver?
No.
There is a scene of Robert De Niro complaining about like people in The Departed, which I wonder if that's what you're thinking of. But
I don't know. I thought it was like in like one of the like Goodfellas or whatever.
The one I'm aware of is Dennis Hopper is like kidnapped by Christopher Walken. It's a Tarantino. It was written by Tarantino, directed by someone else. I think.
Maybe I'm even thinking like that wouldn't have been in The
It's
Godfather.
it's
What
True
the hell?
Romance. It is True Romance.
Is it True Romance? Okay.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper knows he's gonna die, talking to like a greaseball mobster, and who is a racist, and pisses him off by talking about the history of how Sicilians have a lot of African blood because they're pretty close to each other if you look at them at. He doesn't say it like that.
He uses different words.
That's not why we're racist against Italians, by the way.
Oh, no. We're racist against Italians because...
They're all criminals.
and also they
yeah, it
stole
is
pasta.
True Romance.
Well, yeah, they're all criminals. They stole pasta.
Yeah, those pasta-eating greaseballs.
Go
I've
be
never seen
Chinese.
True Romance though. How do I know that scene?
I feel like it's a pretty famous scene. I've only
Damn
seen
you,
True Romance once,
YouTube
and I only know that
recommendations.
scene. So.
What about Road True Romance?
Is that anything?
It's the Japanese remake.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I threw out bullshit and then I had to defend it.
Hey.
God.
I won't do it. I will not say true romance.
I don't know.
Oh, no!
You just did it. Oh God.
Oh, no.
The only Japanese people that I don't like are the Imperial ones. They were bad.
I don't know what.
Like Imperial Japan in World War II?
The
They
Oh.
were Hitler's friends.
They were
Oh,
Hitler's
yeah.
friends. We bombed them.
Yeah. Very interesting the way their economy worked up until 1945 and the way it worked after. They're both bad.
Oh.
There was a point about...
We be quiet and we let Kellen keep going until he peters himself out and misunderstanding.
It doesn't happen,
And
by
then
the
he
way.
goes home and
People
he
have
sleeps
tried
like a
that.
baby.
No, I don't!
And by baby you mean pacing in
Yes,
Colic
I sleep
rates?
like a baby actually sleeps, because it's a dumb expression.
He's a very colicky baby. Just up all night screaming about politics. Dude, if you ever stop like constantly being on Reddit and Twitter, we're done. This podcast's over.
I got a very sad message on Twitter the other day.
From somebody concerned for your well-being.
No one's concerned about me.
Remember, this is an intervention.
No, it was Reddit, and like a month ago, when the president, everybody thought he was gonna die, I got banned from a lot of subreddits because I kept being like, he's gonna die, and I'm happy about it. But one of them, someone goes, he'll be fine, he's gonna live, and I was like, I bet he's gonna die. I don't know, I'm not a fucking doctor, but I was like, by the way, today I drank the champagne that I bought for that. But it's just, someone was like, our lovely president, who is not wet all the time, will definitely survive coronavirus. And I was like, he's gonna fucking die, dude. And then yesterday, 25 days after that, I got, well, this aged well, idiot. That guy remembered me for a month, and then was like, I think I can be an asshole to him now.
Are you more sad about that guy and his life from here on out, or are you more sad about Trump being alive?
I'm sad how little difference there is between me and him, to be honest.
I would laugh my ass off at that.
I did,
That's
but then
so
I
good.
was like, he needs to know I laughed about this, or else it doesn't count.
Just send
and
it
then I
back
was
to
like,
LOL.
what are you doing? Just go to your parents' house and watch Beetlejuice, you freak.
I don't wish ill will on any other person because it's an entirely systematic problem, but that'd be a nice blow.
Well, one time I told someone that you should never, you shouldn't be mad at people, but you should be furious with institutions, and then he said I was a Maoist, so...
What the hell's a Maoist? Does it mean
Someone
you like
who-
cats?
That is, I am a Maoist in that sense. I do very much like cats.
You commie bastard.
What's it called when you're mad at the government and also corporations? Anarchist?
I mean, communist. Not Maoist, because they like the government. Well, not this government. No, Mao was bad.
I love being like, I can talk to Republican people because I'm like, yeah, 30% tax is ridiculous when the roads don't work. And they're like, yeah. And then I'm like, also, healthcare should be free. And they're like, how can you have both? And I'm like, spend the money like you're not an idiot.
You know all the money that we're using shoving knife missiles down the throats of Palestinian teenagers? Spend that on shoving knives into my body for medical reasons.
It is 70%.
So you want the soldiers to die then? Brr.
Yeah.
No, I want them to not be there.
Yeah,
That's, dude, when they killed Soleimani, which does anybody even remember that anymore?
No, what?
When
Is
they
he the Iranian dude?
Yeah, when
Okay.
Trump just murked an Iranian general out of nowhere.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
they didn't go to war with us.
And then they put a fucking bounty on his head, though. I think he has multiple bounties from multiple countries.
What, Trump?
Yeah, Iran put a bounty on his head.
I'm sure
So
they
did
did.
another country, I think.
Someone should definitely not take that money.
Good luck.
Don't you encourage the Russians, goddammit.
No, the Russians aren't good either. Switzerland. I just
Exactly.
gotta move to Switzerland.
They like Nazis there.
No,
Well, they used to.
no, they're neutral, so they're just like, we're not picking it, fuck, we're doing our own thing.
Yeah, you know what side that is?
Fair.
Yeah, the whole... Fuck it. No, but when they killed Soleimani, everyone was like, well, what, do you like Iran? I was like, would you want them to kill our soldiers? I was like, no, I don't want them to be there. Why are we all assuming that they're going to be there?
Well, let's just take the obvious thing off the table. Our soldiers are in all the countries. Now! No, you can take a step back.
The whole like, well, Iran shouldn't have a nuke. Why not? You know who we didn't murk for no reason? A general of North Korea. Why? Because they'll nuke us. Why would Iran not want to do it? We just fucking kill their guys.
I also agree that no other country should have nukes, but also the United States should not have
But
nukes.
if there's gonna be nukes, then like Palestine and Iran should have them.
Disagree. Fucking, then there's no Palestine or Iran very quickly.
No,
Neither of
that's
those-
their insurance.
Well, neither of those should have nukes for the same reason that India and Pakistan should have nukes.
yeah.
If Israel gets nukes, Palestine should have nukes.
That's fair.
Neither of them should have nukes.
It's like
and
two
there shouldn't be in
siblings
Israel. But
two siblings that's your stance. There shouldn't be in Israel.
there can be a Jewish homeland. The modern state of Israel shouldn't exist.
I can't
Look up the history of the modern state of Israel, because it wasn't the Jewish people that lived there being like, we want to run stuff. It was British people like, you know what would be great if we took Jewish people from somewhere else because we're not letting them in here, and we just carved them out a new country out of an existing country. And they were like, that won't result in wars. And now apparently it's anti-Semitic to say that.
God bless those limeys.
Fucking.
I did definitely want a podcast at one point where we just like spin Kellen like a top on politics, and I am glad it was this one. Honestly.
Let me be clear. Israel can exist. Not what that is, though.
Well, then where are they going to go?
So what
They
you're
can
saying
be there,
is,
but they need to not have an apartheid system for Palestinians, is what I'm saying.
I don't even know. What?
Their laws apply differently to Palestinians there. And also, the name of that place is Palestine.
What?
The name of the place that certain people call Israel, the name of that place is Palestine.
Oh, okay. You lost me there for a second. Remember, I'm generally stupid.
If everybody who lived there decided to call it Israel, that'd be fine. And it would be fine for the Jews to have a homeland. But that's not what they did.
So you blame the British in this situation, just so we're clear.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no, if you think the existence of Israel has anything to do with genuine concern for Jewish people, you're a fucking moron.
Well, I mean, how
Fight
long
me.
ago?
I fucking... @Kellen_Frank. Get at me on Twitter.
How long
I will
ago?
do this.
I don't know if I
don't
support this
open
or
that
not because I'm
box.
not informed. But just so we're clear. But how long ago did they do that? Like
48.
1948?
Yeah.
That was recent.
It was during World War II.
Well, that's kinda how-
several countries were like, you can't fucking come here. Go back and die in Germany. And then those same countries were like, it's very important that we give Jewish people a homeland. And it's also very important that it's in the Middle East and they're our ally.
Ah, I see.
oh,
Oh. But isn't that like... yeah, bad. Okay.
Well, it is a very fraught
But that
situation
is
because
how-
it was a Jewish homeland and it's been conquered by a shitload of people.
Wasn't it originally... Don't Jewish people believe that it's originally their Mecca, though?
They wouldn't call it that because
Isn't that-
Mecca's a different thing.
I thought Mecca was...
Mecca is a town in Saudi Arabia, or a city.
Oh, Saudi Arabia. Okay. I thought
holy
I thought
place in
Israel was a
Islam.
holy land for Jewish people.
It is. And Christians and Muslims.
So they pointed. So the British government
No,
put a
what-
map on the table and was like, okay, you can live anywhere in here. And they're like, well, what about over in a different country? And they're like, no, the Middle East. You can live somewhere in the Middle East. And they're like, well, that's holy to us. And they're like, fucking yours.
Jewish people had been living there for like ever.
Mhm.
A lot of people had been living there for like ever, and it got conquered over and over and over again. The people that kicked out Jewish people were the Romans, by the way. So it's not like we're gonna go ahead and like fix that and retaliate against the Romans. Just whoever lives there should be in control of it. And if some new person wants to come live there, fine, they can go live there and have the same amount of control everybody else does. But that's not what happened. A group of people were living there, and then an empire that controlled that land by killing people and taking it was like, we're going to give it to these guys now, and then pretend that that's not conquest. And then they're all like, well, the war was started by the Arab countries around us. No. Taking land and saying, that's mine now, fuck off. That's what started the war.
Neat.
so you guys been watching any TV shows lately?
No! I've been watching Community.
I only watch Israeli Tom and Jerry. It's very different and super racist.
Yeah, the cat's an Israeli, the mouse is a Palestinian, and guess who always wins? No, before we get on, I do want to say, the solidarity between Irish Republicans and Palestinians is fucking awesome.
What?
And because they both got they got fucked by the British Empire. So like Irish Republicans who hate the British Empire,
You
like
must love being an American then, because you got to fuck the British Empire.
No, I feel that any American with a conscience must live with terrible guilt.
There are kids in cages. Anyways, Tom and Jerry.
I think it's good to have violence on TV, especially cartoon violence.
Well, naturally.
Oh, natural. Tyler recently picked up at Senjin T on Twitter. Recently picked up The Sopranos again, and he's about where I left off last time. So I'm fucking tiptoeing into those waters again.
Which is propaganda that Italians are good. So
Yeah, they're definitely the heroes of that story.
Oh, absolutely.
Have you seen The Sopranos?
I've watched like a couple episodes, but
It's a big bitch to get into.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I will eventually, but right now, it's just
Yeah, dude, my list of
Like
shit that I need to
James.
watch is so fucking long.
yeah. I actually watched a decent amount of stuff during quarantine though, so that was nice.
Yeah, that was a good catch-up time.
I used it very poorly. I rewatched a lot of shit, and I consciously thought now I can catch up on shows, and then I was like, I'm going to watch the Funhouse video with Volcor again.
As you should do.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Too bad about those folks.
They're,
Well,
I mean, I've been watching the recent stuff, and it's
Still good.
It's good. Even although Alana is leaving.
Alana's leaving?
Yeah, she got a job. She got a job offer somewhere. People are speculating it's for CD Projekt Red.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're bad, by the way.
What do you gotta get? Why do I have to defend the Polish against you?
It's not that they're Polish. It's that they're putting their workers into crunch.
Into what?
Crunch, which is a thing in game development where like you don't have off time now because we need to get the game out at a certain time.
Damn.
God.
That sucks ass. But you do.
Let's not
They
talk
pay
about
them
this
by
because I've
hour.
been talking about left politics for too long.
I
on this
do
podcast.
want you to.
Do you watch Lawrence's Twitch at all?
No.
Okay.
I barely watch Funhouse anymore. I mostly just like rewatch stuff.
Okay.
Like when they played Chaser when they weren't even Funhouse.
I guess I think it's his girlfriend. She works for CD Projekt Red or whatever. So I guess use that as
I did not know that.
a realm of context. But he had an interesting explanation of like how it may not be awful as far as how they're going about it. So I don't know. I would have
For
to.
crunch time?
Yeah, as far as doing, their crunch.
I'm like CD Projekt Red is pretty generally one of the better game companies.
Right.
That's what I understand.
Yeah, I've heard all that stuff with game companies being like, because they're so aggressively competitive that it's like, we're going to set your hours, and that's how that works. We'll try and give you time to sleep.
Well, do you think we have any listeners in California?
Probably.
I mean, somehow the last episode I was featured on got 200. So
Yeah, what the fuck?
No on Prop 22, California folks.
What's Prop 22?
Prop 22 would allow Uber to not treat their employees like employees, basically. So like,
that one. Okay.
they don't have to don't have benefits now. But basically, Uber's whole business model is based on fucking over Uber drivers,
Right.
and this will make that easier. But they're talking about Prop 22, like if you don't pass this, then drivers won't be able to make their own hours anymore. Which they're just lying about that. So,
Neat.
the Uber, the economy's bad. Yes, on the fair tax, Chicago folks.
But isn't that funded entirely by J.B. Pritzker?
What
The fair tax thing.
I don't think it might be.
It is. That's the part.
Look, I mean, don't vote. Go break something. But if you're gonna vote for the fair
If you
tax.
read the actual wording of what they're changing to the Illinois Bill of Rights or whatever the fuck it is, it's
They're changing. It's an amendment to the Constitution of the state.
of the state that.
Doesn't it kind of more or less just give them
Yep.
free reign on that?
You don't think they have that?
Legally speaking, not fully.
Touche. I mean, they'd find a way. Well, it's gonna both raise. It gives them the ability to tax rich people more, but it also gives them the ability to raise the taxes of poor people. So it's like rich people are now paying 1.5% more. They're gonna be paying 10% more, and
They're not
And
paying
also-
1.5% more right now.
They're
The
paying
tax in
zero.
Illinois is a flat tax right now.
Yeah.
Which is gargantuanly stupid.
Yeah, But the problem with anytime they change a fucking bill is they're like, okay, we'll change the part that people want, and then here's the part they don't want.
Right.
Let's fuck them right in the ass.
And the problem with funding, especially in Illinois, is they'll do shit like, well, you can't get rid of the lottery because we fund education with that. But they take
You don't
however
fund
much out of
jack
education
shit with that.
and put it toward, I don't know, beating the shit out of black people on the south side, and then they put that amount in from the lottery. You familiar with that little maneuver?
No, what?
You know, they'll talk about, like, well, they get people to like the lottery, even though it's a vice, by saying, well, we fund education with it. But however much of lottery money they put into the education budget, they take that out somewhere else.
Well,
of the
yeah,
education
and
budget and
the
toward other stuff.
toll roads are supposed to pay for themselves, and they were supposed to get rid of the tolls, but that didn't fucking
Right.
happen either. So
Yeah, but I mean,
And Fred Hampton was supposed to not get shot.
it's a big.
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. I know you're very much a fan of him. I'd have to look him up.
Just Google Fred Hampton. Everybody Google Fred Hampton.
Okay.
Yeah, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Neat. Sad.
Why'd you make me watch the trial of Chicago 7?
Because this is why I needed a podcast breakdown of the entire thing.
Yeah, because I say this all the time, but the people that give me parking tickets assassinated one of my favorite political figures of the past century.
And you just gotta be like, hey, buddy.
And I can't be like, you're evil. Because that guy's probably not. That guy's probably just a dipshit that's doing his job like the rest of
That guy got a high school education, and the police pay $20 an hour and take minimum training, and has a modicum of power, which admittedly nice.
Cops get $20 an hour?
They get paid all good. I don't
They
know
get
what
paid
it
well.
is, but they get paid.
Interesting.
I don't know.
We're probably getting a lot of OT about it.
My
Oh,
friend
I
who
think
is
they're exclusively doing OT right now.
my friend who is a cop makes more than me, and I know that for a fact. But he has a college
Don't
degree.
introduce me to him.
You have a few minutes.
He will shoot me.
Yes. No, but he drives like a brand new Jeep. It's awesome.
Of course he drives a Jeep.
Yeah, but I mean, high school education, 6 weeks of training, and then you can kill people.
See, and that's why this is a...
Kill them by accident.
Oh, okay, yes.
Well, he was running straight away from me, so I had to...
But the problem isn't with that guy, and that what sucks,
Well, yeah.
because...
There should be easily available jobs that pay really well for someone with a high school diploma that aren't about, like, there's a black man in my neighborhood. Go
Waste
get it.
management. If you can get a job in waste management, it pays as much as our job pays because nobody wants to fucking do it.
True.
So it's like
Or
those jobs
like-
exist.
And that's a good job.
Literally any trade, right?
Oh, trades
Trades-
require trade schools and.
Oh, well, true.
And unions unions are amazing, but they have their problems, for sure.
Especially in this climate.
Oh, don't
Yeah.
get me
In
started.
Chicago.
Don't get me
Are you
started.
in a union? Yeah. Oh.
Well, unions don't do what unions are supposed to when you have to join them.
Yeah.
Unions have to be... It has to be people on their own deciding we're going to form this together. If you have to be in it, then you're just paying dues.
Though, funny enough, I only, recently got in. Yeah.
How long you been working?
Since October of 2019.
Is that a loophole or like a...
I think it was a 2020 paperwork mishap. I don't know, but basically I...
Apply for lost wages.
No, well, that's the thing. I didn't get, I didn't have to pay dues or initiation thing
Oh, shit.
until... I think it was starting in August.
That is nice, though.
It was. It was nice while it
But
lasted.
now...
But now...
Jackass Bill. Yeah. I wish I was in a union. I tried to join the Chicago Editors Union. I told you about this. I looked it up, and there was a picture on their website. It's 6 people. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to join.
Not a lot of unions in our business.
No.
Actually, I think now that kind of reminds me, I think I was supposed to call into a meeting.
Uh-oh. We are over time if you need to go see if you've ruined your life.
It's okay.
We're at an hour and 18. I want to go to bed, so I'm actually going to call
Alright, well,
Well,
don't trust the cops.
it. Call the firefighters. Is there a direct line where you can just call the firefighters? Because that'd be awesome.
No.
Operator?
What about, just an ambulance?
No, you gotta call 911. And that's firefighters anyway.
Huh?
It's
I mean...
most of the time, especially in urban areas, the ambulance stays at the firehouse, and all the firefighters are medics too.
Huh. Baller.
Especially, I think on my dad's department, one of the last guys who was not a paramedic just retired. Because he was grandfathered in, but for a while now, to become a firefighter, you have to have a medic training or be an EMT or something.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the fire station is across the street from us, so if I ever call 911, it's fucking coming. I'm excited.
I don't know. These are kind of ratty-looking apartments. They might avoid it. On the outside. The inside, it looks way nicer than my apartment.
Yeah, it looks like a home.
Well,
I'm telling you,
It looks like a home.
Dude, get a girl in there, give her $500, and just be like, fucking change this place.
I don't understand what you don't understand about me not wanting to give money to women to do things for me.
I'm just saying, all of your guy friends will not decorate your apartment half as well as one of your girlfriends.
So if a girl wants to come over and say, here's advice as a friend, sure,
do
I'm
that,
not going to fucking pay someone.
Yeah, do that then.
Also, no one wants to come to my apartment, ever. It's another catch-22, like how Tom Cruise has AIDS. Tom Hanks, whatever.
Yeah, so
sure I do. You just never invite me. No, I'm kidding.
I invite you all the time.
I know my work hours are weird.
Oh, yes, as we've learned.
I have to work in 9 of them.
Oh, yeah.
Fun.
I'm working a 7-day week this week.
I have to work in...
I'm happy about it because that's $1,000 paycheck.
How many hours is it until Friday?
So, we gotta get you into BTN. I'm tired.
There's a lot of work.
Or wherever we work.
I was talking to our boss, and I was like, give me a raise, and he was like, yeah, but I just don't want to, like, he's like, yes, definitely, for sure. My one concern is that they'll ask for less basketball edits, and I'm like, okay, just 5 then, and I'll make the same as I would if I did 7. Yeah, okay.
Right, yes.
So I get 2 nights off a week, and I make the same amount. All right.
Alright, we gotta wrap this up because I gotta.
I'm tired too, man. I got work tomorrow too.
All right.
At the Cutter Ford on Twitter.
At Kellen_Frank, KELLEN_FRANK.
You could plug any social media that you want people to follow you at.
We just do.
Or nothing.
Yeah, Twitter at Big Koozie 96. It's the one with the foreign sounding name. Capital BIG, capital KUZI _96 on Twitter, Instagram. If you want to follow me, I think it's under my name, my full name.
Now we get to the part where we spell it.
Mikuzis, so JUOZAS. Mikuzis spelled MIKUZIS.
Has a big wig in holding a gigantic cigar ever come up to you and be like, "You'll never make it in the movies with that name, kid"?
No, that's actually me and my brother having an argument about my resume. So
you'll never get hired with
Whether
that
you go
name.
with Joey or you was.
yeah. You should put Joe or Joey, but I don't want to. Well, you're not gonna get.
Did you get the job at Univision with the name Joey, or with?
I think like within the first
Nice.
like in-person interview, I'm like, you can call me Joey if you want. They're like, oh, okay.
Nice. All
You
right.
guys, one more bit before we're over. Another Family Guy reference. There, you know that big long name at the beginning of the Family Guy credits every time?
Yeah.
There was, at one point, one of the reporters goes, well, my full name is Shiva Prabhat Damarang, but they never allow that on television.
All right. Bye, folks.
Bye.